sorry. If it sounds like I'm yelling or talking too loud, I probably am. I'm talking loud because my camcorder is so far back. I don't know if it will pick up the sound. But I'm adding to the video I already recorded last night because I don't know if I was in depth enough. I want to make sure that I'm in depth enough so that you get a good understanding of I mean, if you're interested in adding extensions to your lock, so that you get a good understanding of how to do it. Like I said on the last piece of the video, this is not a permanent lock. Like some locks you can have added onto your locks and they're permanent and it look immediately like a lock. That's not the case with this particular technique. It's just an extension that you can add on to your lock. And a girl on the hair board, naturality.com, said it best when she said that it's not necessarily an instant lock, but rather instant length. And that's what this is, instant length. And so you can leave the hair on, and it will lock if you leave the hair on over time, but you can also take it off if you want to, if you're not happy with the finished product, or if you just want some variety in your lock life. And so I wanted to do it again just to make sure that it's complete. Before I begin, I do want to tell you what type of hair that you may consider using. I used human hair. I used nappy human hair. It's not called nappy human hair. I did some research online and found hair that they recommend for using instant locks or for lock making, and I can't remember the name of it. I wish I could, because I would love to tell you all what it's called. But I purchased my hair from two different places, Afro World, and I think this is a place called hisandherhair.com or hisandherspecialhair.com. I prefer the hair from His and Her Hair. It has a tighter curl pattern, and to me it resembles a texture of hair more like my own. I have a really, really, really tight curl pattern, and so I was very pleased with the His and Her quality that the hair that they provided. Afro World kind of gave me a looser curl pattern. One I didn't like. They tried this was it. I thought that I wanted some color in my hair, but the texture of hair was not tight enough. It didn't really match my own hair pattern. So if you have a loose curl pattern, maybe Afro World brand is something you might want to go with. But if you have a tighter curl pattern like myself, then the hisandherhair.com brand might be something that you want to go with. Now, my best friend, the one who I showed, who I had with me the other day, she used synthetic hair, just regular hair that you would use for a two-strand twist hairdo. That's what she used, and hers came out looking pretty good. And then the girl who added my extensions, she also used synthetic hair that you would use for like a two-strand twist. But she told me, the girl that did my hair, that she used a very, very low budget brand of synthetic hair, and she was like, she thought that because of it, 2 years into wearing her lock extension, she was like, you probably can tell where, you know, it probably doesn't look as uniform as it could because she just was cheap when she bought the hair. So I'm not saying spend an arm and a leg on hair. I'm just encouraging you to think that sometimes, not all the times, you get what you pay for. And she was just telling me that she got what she paid for, and she was ready to cut out probably the bottom part of the locks that wasn't hers anyway, because it didn't look as nicely as she wanted it to. But my best friend's hair, her locks, they look pretty good, but once again, she's only had them for 6 months, and I'm really pleased with how mine look and feel. Feels very natural, looks very natural, but so did my best friend's. So that's just some things that you might want to consider. If you're not sure that you actually want to keep the extensions, I would suggest to go with the the synthetic until you become sure. Then you can take out the synthetic and add in the human hair. What else? What else? If you have Sisterlocks, I know this is probably not anything that you probably would want to like keep on doing and undoing because there's so many locks. But if you have like, you know, thicker locks, it probably is something that you might want to change up every now and then just for some variety. If I would have kept my last set of locks, which were bigger than this set, I probably would have changed it up for variety, like added and taken away. But I had like 100 locks before, and now I have like over 400 now. So I ain't getting up in my head to take it down and re-add it just for fun, because that's not fun. As much as I like to do my own hair, that does not sound like fun. So, okay, I have talked your ears off and probably bored you. But I really do want to just give you enough information so that you can make, you know, I don't know, if you decide to do the this technique, so that you can be informed enough and feel confident enough to do it. And once again, I promise you, it is not hard. It is so incredibly simple, to the point where I am a little bit upset that I have to actually pay somebody to install this, because had I known how to do it, I would have stayed at home and did it myself. But you know, they say hindsight is 20/20. And so, you know, I do appreciate the fact that the girl who did it wasn't trying to like cover up and say, no, you can't watch. She was very nice. Not professional, but she was very nice. And she was just like, let me show you, you know, this is how I do it. And she didn't try to hide anything. So I appreciate that. Now, when you are adding the hair to your lock, you want to get a piece of hair that, you know, don't get a lot of hair. Like, she just used like little teeny tiny wisp of hair because I have Sisterlocks, and it should be small. But since different people have different size locks, you probably, if your locks are still in the process of forming, like if you have locks in the baby stages or the teenage stages, and they're not yet mature, you're probably going to want to use a piece of hair that is a little bit thicker, that will produce the lock extension a little bit thicker than your actual lock, because your locks, if they're still forming, they're going to swell as they mature. And so keep that in mind, okay? Don't add a huge piece of hair, but just keep in mind that as your locks are forming, until they mature, they are going to shrink and they're going to swell. And so you might just want to make the extension a little bit thicker, just a little bit thicker than your locks already are, if you wish to keep it permanent. Now, if you want to take them down, you know, just add it the size of your lock, or however, I'm sorry, y'all, indigestion, however you feel comfortable with the size. Now, I'm going to always, when I put the lock extension on in the video, I'm always going to exaggerate the technique, because when I was practicing trying to see, you know, the best way to do this on video, when I made it small to match my lock, you know, his and her hair, you know, really to me resembles, you know, some of the great qualities of having natural hair. Like, the hair is just extra clingy and holdy when you twist it, and it was hard to get the extension out. And so because of that, I don't want to spend about 30 minutes trying to get the extension out, because you're going to have to braid it tight around your own lock. And so because of that, I'm going to exaggerate and use a big piece of hair. But when you do this, you yourself need to use, you know,